Okay, this is worth you reviewing. First of all, I'll go through the whole thing. You chose StatCrunch, stats, regression, simple linear regression. You put in the height x, the variable, y variable stories for y, and then you hit compute. It gives you all these results. The correlation coefficient right there. That helps you to first of all find out if you can even use the regression line, because if this isn't statistically significant, in other words, it's not higher than our the critical value based off of our alpha value, our alpha number, then you can't use this. You would have just used y bar, and y bar we'd have to work out separately. But we're assuming that this is strong enough. We must be using a really low level of statistical significance. Like we must be using like an alpha of 20% or something. Once you have this, keep in mind that they write it in reverse order. So they write intercept value first plus slope times height x. So that's like mx right there, and that's b. You can see why they've got slope there, which matches with the slope in front of the x value, and intercept right there, which is the b value. So they actually write this in y equals b plus mx form. You can talk if you want to talk.
No, I'm just
soaking it in. Okay, now here's the part. If you want to draw the graph to look like theirs, because most likely theirs is going to be on, a scale that starts at 0, 0, then in fact we can see right here they go from 0 to 60 and 0 to 800, 4 tick marks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tick marks. So you count by 200s here and by 10s there. It's down here in the corner. So you say the y-axis, minimum 0, maximum, what do we say, 60?
60.
Oh, that's the x-axis. I'm sorry. I'm on the x-axis. And then the tick marks, you get, that's optional, but you can say I want one at 0, at 200, at 400, at 600, and 800. This will just make it look a lot more like their graph. Okay, the y. You don't have to put spaces. Yeah, look at that. Now we got to match this thing up. It's still a little off scale, but that's okay because of my screen. Got to match that up with one of those. Let's shrink it down. Does it go with C or D? Could it go with C or D? Yeah, it definitely doesn't go with C or D though, because look at their slopes. They're descending. You know that right away because you've got right here in front of the x, m, the slope, is positive. So keep that in mind. Those two are out. And then out of these two, this one you can see is starting down here at 10. This one is starting up here at like 20. So which one fails?
B.
Yeah. Fail.
I was looking at the data points.
Now you can look at the data points too, and that really would help you distinguish it from something else if there was another one that looked like this. But you're just looking for the one that looks like this.
Perfect.
So what did we learn? Little strategy. When you get this result from StatCrunch, modify it a little bit. It's worth the time. If you want if you want to make it look really nice. Oops, excuse me. Right there. Okay, we don't want this video to be too long, but let's answer it, see if there's any more questions. Well, of course there's more questions. They want us to do all these. You want to see how to do this with your calculator? So, remember how I showed you that there's a history on this calculator? Let's see if we can use that. So we're going to get our equation. We're going to plug in 500. Okay, there's our equation. So it's going to be 0.057 times 500 plus 8.51, 37.01.
Okay.
So about 37. The not meaningful thing would only be true if it was way outside of the scope. Is x equals 500 way outside of the scope of the data points collected? No, actually it's right within here. So next one they're going to want us to plug in is 650. 650 is within inside the scope. So let's predict what it would be, and that's when I click on this, and I just change this to be 650. 45.
46.
So 46. And I know yours pretty much does the same thing. Remember how you can do the copy paste? Your calculator?
Yeah, I'm just, I was
So-
thinking about how when you used it, how you did it.
So 321, is that meaningful? It's down here. It's kind of away, unreasonably far away from the rest of the points. 350. I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to give me one of these not reasonables.
There you go.
There you
Not
go.
meaningful. And that's because the 321 is too far away from the other numbers.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not close enough. 321 somewhere. 3. The prediction line is only good within the range, you know, within a
Right.
close enough range. And if you would have done it on your calculator, you could have moved that to 321. It would have given you 26.8, which would have been 27. Of course they have that there.
Ah, that's not cool.
Of course, it's a distractor. Last one, 729. 729 is definitely within our range. So 50.
Correct.
And that should be all that they wanted.